Napoleon's death was pure horror. You know Napoleon, the short guy who conquered Europe, but you don't know how his death turned into a nightmare. A nightmare so grotesque, doctors recoiled in horror. And rumors still whisper, was he murdered? Exiled to the lonely island of Saint Helena in 1815, the once mighty emperor was now a prisoner of damp stone walls. The air was moldy, the water polluted, the food crawling with disease. And Napoleon began to rot while still alive. His health collapsed fast. Stabbing stomach pains doubled him over daily. He vomited black liquid that smelled like rotten eggs, and his body swelled until his clothes ripped. His skin turned waxy and yellow. His eyes bulged from constant agony. His gums bled so badly that food oozed back out. Eating became torture, but starvation wasn't merciful either. Witnesses described a man decomposing before death. His hair fell out in greasy clumps. His once iconic hands shook uncontrollably, and his stomach swelled like a balloon ready to burst. Doctors thought it was stomach cancer, but others whispered, slow poisoning. Arsenic, the perfect, undetectable killer of the 19th century, and Napoleon's body was full of it. Decades later, scientists tested strands of his hair. The results? Levels of arsenic hundreds of times higher than normal, enough to kill a man slowly, painfully. But here's where the horror deepens. Arsenic doesn't just kill. It destroys the body from the inside out. Vomiting, diarrhea, organ failure, and a stomach lining that literally dissolves. Napoleon spent his last months trapped in agony. His bed sheets soaked in black vomit and blood. His breath reeked of sulfur and decay. Even his servants refused to enter his room. He cried out for mercy, begged for the pain to end. But death came slowly, as if savoring him. And then, the final horror. On May 5, 1821, Napoleon collapsed. His body convulsed in violent spasms. His stomach bloated grotesquely, and he vomited until there was nothing left. For hours, his attendants watched him writhe, his face twisted into a grimace of terror, his eyes rolled back white, and then silence. The emperor was gone. But his corpse wasn't finished. Within hours, his body ballooned with gas. His skin stretched until it split. The stench of sulfur and rot filled the room. His doctors recoiled, unable to even touch him. His coffin had to be sealed with multiple layers. Because Napoleon's body was threatening to explode, rumors spread instantly. Was this really cancer? Or the perfect crime, assassination by poison? Even today, historians argue over it. Some point to the damp wallpaper of Saint Helena. Its green dye contained arsenic. Mold released toxic vapors into his tiny room, slowly poisoning him every day. Others accuse his jailers, the British, who feared Napoleon's return more than anything. A slow, invisible assassination was convenient and impossible to prove. But one fact is undeniable. Napoleon Bonaparte, conqueror of Europe, died like a prisoner of disease, his body a battlefield of rot and poison. His final hours were not glorious. They were pure horror. The emperor who terrified nations was reduced to a corpse no one dared touch. And maybe that's the cruelest irony of all. The man who sought immortality in history couldn't even escape the horror of his own death. His empire fell, his body decayed, and his death remains one of history's darkest mysteries. Was it cancer, poison, or something worse? What we know for sure is this. Napoleon's death wasn't just the end of an emperor. It was a horror story, written in blood, bile, and decay. A warning carved into the flesh of a fallen king, and a reminder Even the mightiest rot in the end.